Hey y'all, I'm gonna be real brief and short. So today is homecoming week for U of M. The alumni from all classes and different clubs and organizations are coming together onto today to do like a meet and greet, and then tomorrow is of course our homecoming game. So we get to go do breakfast and then the football game, and then Sunday I get a little time back at the start of where it all began when I was at U of M Flint. Get to, kind of tour a little bit on Sunday before coming home. But yeah, like, life is life. Okay, let me tell you. My allergies is acting up, child. My asthma was acting up last, month or so. So now I'm the allergies because my eyes is all jacked up. I done took put baby shampoo in my eyes to try to get it back in order. It's not working. I done did heat compression. That's not working. Anyways, when I say life is real, and I don't really share too much, but I'm gonna just share a little brief synopsis here. So my mom is in a situation. It's not looking pretty. I told her today, like, listen, I said, let's be logical about this. It's about to be, winter time. So I said, listen, I can make some arrangements and y'all can move here. If you want a house, or we can use my income and get something, reasonable. I said, but at the end of the day, like, it got to make sense. I was like, if this is not making sense, what we doing? You too, she too old to be going through this at this age. She's supposed to be enjoying herself on a beach somewhere. She should be traveling the world. She should be enjoying life. Instead, she's take care with my help and, a few others. She helps care for her husband. She helps care for her sister, my aunt. She, tried to take care of herself to stay healthy and together. And that's a lot of work, and then I do what I can in between my job, school, and and life to help. But when I say it's overwhelming and it's stressful, and you be thinking, God, some of these people who got a whole bunch of money and they do nothing with it. And then you have some that have a lot of money and they do something with it by giving, back to the community and really, hitting home where it started. Because right now, like, I haven't been able to really sleep too well. I have been, like, stressed out. I've been having, like, these constant headaches that come and go. Yesterday, I ended up doing some acupuncture in the ear, on both ears. And now we have, like, these little things behind our ear, if you can see it. And you're supposed to wear them for like a week and then take them off. And they're supposed to like help with, being calm and relaxed. And I still feel like I am on a freaking 100. Like, you don't even understand. Like, today it was so crazy. Like, the bills this entire past week or so have been out, just not working. First, it started off with my auto insurance. They charged the wrong card. The refund took over a week, so I got it this week when the new bill was coming out, So then I wasn't thinking the auto pay was on for that bill to come out. So then it was pinning to come out on yesterday. I said, oh my God. So I'm calling like, hey, no, because I've already paid you. Matter of fact, I paid you a little over. I was like, so you can't charge me again because I won't have enough money to cover this extra fee. So the agent was like, yeah, like, I'm going to talk to them and see if they can waive the fee because, if it don't go through, they're going to try to charge you and this and that. And I said, well, I don't see why, because y'all getting a check and it should be there by, today, if not Saturday at the latest. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So then I got a little side gig, child. Somehow they didn't get my first week time card, child. They like, oh, we didn't get that. I said, well, I sent it off. Matter of fact, let me double check to make sure. So sure enough, I had mailed it off. I'm like, okay, they got the second week, but not the week before. So, so the HR manager called. He like, yeah, we didn't get it. So maybe the mailman, because they got a new person that's on the route now. So maybe they must have returned it back, or didn't deliver the mail like they were supposed to. Can you just redo it over and send it back? I'm like, oh. So I lost a week pay for that. I said, okay. So then I get this random text. I ain't heard from this lady since I left the other gig last year around December sometime. And baby, it was something random, just random. Like she was like, "Can you order me some scrubs, or like tell me what the price is and what size?" So I was asking, well, what size was it? Because I don't recall. So then I finally looked. I had to go back in the history to find the pair of pants. So I found them and I said, well, here go these pants. They cost about $30. And I said, if you don't want to pay that, they have a cheaper brand for about 20 something. So then, she wanted to know what the total was. But, like now I'm on my way to the next gig. So I can't respond to it because, I had to take a little nap and then I had to get myself together to go to this shift. So I text, this morning like, hey, it would be about $60, $61 with taxes and everything if you want both pair of pants, which are scrub pants. And then she wrote back and said, it's okay. I wear scrubs. But the pants that I sent, those are scrubs. They're the Cherokee brand. So I'm like, okay, no problem. And I'm just thinking, like, this is random because I ain't heard from you since Labor Day when you said I have to work. And I said, I do too, so no worries. I just was, trying to see if she was going to still do it and try to see what time it was going to start because that was going to determine if I could even come over and make it. Anyway, see my picture that I did last year. But, so, after she said she had to work, I was like, oh, no problem. I just kind of responded, I do too. Have a safe, night. Enjoy your holiday type deal. Plus, I got a mom. You know what I'm saying? I don't need multiple mamas like that. I have a mom that I done built a relationship with. My aunt, she used to try to be my mama. And then people always thought she was my granny. I'm like, that's my auntie. But she was mean as life, but I appreciate the values and things that she gave to me to help me through life so I wouldn't get myself in jams when it came to like debt and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I have debt, but I'm not in a predicament where it's like last minute, I'm about to get put out, or last minute that I don't know how to figure out how to get myself out of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we all have debts. We all have to pay somebody. We all gotta, do what we have to do. But at the same time, it's like, what can you do when you trying to share information with people and then they don't want to even open up to the possibility like, listen, this makes sense. What you talking about doesn't make sense. Now, if you would have came a little bit sooner and had people that for a fact could have, supported or helped get you what you needed, that would have been a different story because you could have saved what you was trying to save. But because you wait so long to try to save something that's now it's too late, you don't even know what situation, what phase is in, like let it go and find something that's going to make sense to you now. Something that's going to be affordable, something that's not going to be long and taking forever and a day to get out of. And I, even with it being said, like, say my stepdad, he could easily get his name off the house if he wanted to. He could easily, he can make moves. He could easily sell his house out in Detroit. It's a lot of things that could happen. But, my My mom is a kind-hearted person. She, sometimes I feel like she obligated because of, other things. But I'm like, listen, mama, you your own person, and you have to realize that at the end of the day, you still got to make the final decision for you and your husband, because he just can't do it anymore. He's now disabled. He's a veteran. He's retired. He's tired of all this. He just wants some peace and quiet. It's not like his kids help. And that's another thing. Kids, let me tell you. I don't know what the problem is with y'all kids out here in this world today. But you know what? Your parents took care of y'all from baby size and up to y'all turn 18. And some of them still helping y'all out. And y'all well past 30s and 40s, probably 50s. And y'all don't have no type of respect for your parents. Y'all don't even bother to call them. Don't bother to check on them. Don't bother to make sure they good. I don't know what's going on with the adoptive kids that's out here and be clowning and acting like somebody owe them something. Listen, if somebody stepped up to the plate and tried to be your mama or your daddy and they did everything they could for you, why you can't do that in return and make sure they good? It's no discussion. Like, they literally have took you into their home and raised you as their own, and you can't even show no type of respect, let alone help them do nothing. But as soon as you get in trouble, or if you need something, that's the only time they hear from you. You don't call and say happy birthday. You don't wish them Merry Christmas. You don't say, Happy New Year. You don't even call and see, hey, you need some groceries. You need some money in your pocket. I don't even see none of that. But then you want to call and try to chastise the children about somebody else telling them something. But yet and still you communicating with the child. A biological child at that. Like, I was, listen, I'm so tired of that shit. I gotta call and check you. But look, I'm at work, right? So I had to get my composure together. But I'm at work and I'm thinking, what are we talking about? We already talked about this. I'm confused. So did I miss something? Because you calling me at work to be going off on me about our dad. Biologically, he's not your father, but he took you as his. I don't have a problem because I don't have no issues with it. But I have a problem when the stepkids want to be clowning and being disrespectful, but ain't doing shit. That's what I have a problem with. But you want to call them daddy and mama when you need something, or when you need to get out of a jam. That's when you want to call on somebody. But then anything other than that, you don't know them 3 out of 365 days, let alone their birthdays, the new year coming in, or Christmas, or Thanksgiving for that matter. I don't see now none of y'all trying to, hey, stepmama, daddy, you want to come up and have dinner, or you want to do this and this on the holiday. I don't see none of that shit. I'm sorry, excuse my language. I don't see that. And then want to get mad at the kids because you ain't doing nothing. Same way with real siblings. Don't be doing shit. But want one of the siblings to have all the fucking stress in the world. But it's like 2 or 3 of y'all in the... What? Make that shit make sense, man. Because one day you got to get old. And guess what? If you had kids, they either going to take care of you or not take care of you. Because guess what? You set an example for them when you're not taking care of your parents. See, my mama, she set the example by showing me what it means to take care of your mama and your daddy when they get old. Same way with my aunt. She did the same thing. Then neither of my grandparents go to the nursing home. Not on my mama's side. Not on her watch either. Now, my daddy's side, they put my granny in the nursing home because they couldn't handle her no more. But for the most part, my cousin, she taking care of her mama, and her mama is still at home. I know a couple friends that, you know, their moms are still at home and they take care of their parent, you know, their mom or whoever parent that's around. Then you got some kids that don't even know their parents at all, where their parents don't know nothing about them. For instance, the Kurt Franklin situation. His mama said this man wasn't his daddy, but he looked just like his daddy. He was talking to somebody at a church, at somebody's service, funeral or something, and he said, yeah, I used to date, you know, such and such mama. What? And then next thing they know, they like, well, shoot, that might be your daddy, because he kind of looked like you. That, you know, so he did the little swab, sent it over, the results came back, he was 99.999% his daddy. Then mama said, nah, we gonna do it, test again. Did the test again, it still came back 99.99%. So the test ain't lying. Kurt Franklin looked just like the man who he just found out about. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's so sad with that. Like, parents doing stuff like that. I think I even heard one lady said she had met some guy, got pregnant by him, moved to a whole nother state, raised her son all the way up until 18 or whatever. And he don't even know who his daddy is, let alone the man that you know didn't even know she was pregnant. He don't even know he got a kid out here. That's crazy. Why even do that? At least let the people know, like, hey, you know, you got a kid out here in the world. I don't need no help if that's the case. If I don't need no help, I don't need no help. But at the same time, don't hold that information from nobody. That's wrong, because guess what? God got to talk to you about that when that day come. Because can't nobody judge you for how you did your decision, but at the same time, that's wrong to withhold that type of information from somebody. You done raised your kid all this time, and you mean to say you are not going to tell your kid that that's their daddy? And you gonna still deny that? I don't understand. Man, I'll tell you, mental illness is real out here. You hear me? It's real. You got parents withholding information from their kids. You got parents that don't even raise their own kids, and family members end up raising them. You got, you know, these people in this world today is jacked up for real. It's not the world. It's the people in the world that's jacked up. And they jacked up on so many levels, they don't even know they jacked up. Not saying that, you know, God made us perfect human beings. He did not do that. He did not. We all make mistakes. We all have our own, you know, secrets and our own, you know, dark things that have happened to us that we don't even talk about because we don't want to ever relive it. But it's crazy that we so freaking jacked up that we don't even see that it's wrong. We don't see it. You know, it's mind-boggling for real. But I ain't come out here for all that. I do want to share that I did turn in my supplemental feed for Florida State University, so I have to wait until sometime next year to find out about that. I am working on Wake Forest University's supplemental application. So far I have 3 questions that I had someone else, you know, edit to make sure it sounded good. And then I have at Steele University, the California location, that supplement that I'm working on. I just sent over to get, you know, drafted and looked over. And then once that gets drafted to me, then I'll look over it, and then I'll draft it over to the next person to look over and see what they think. And then, you know, draft it back to my alternative, let them look at it, and then, you know, finalize the last things, corrections. And then fingers crossed that hopefully next year I will know something by 25. because I'm thinking that I'm probably going to start school in 2025 for the PA program. At least that's my hopes and dreams. But if I don't, I am surely confident that I can get a health informatics job either through the state or somewhere, and go from there, really, because at this moment in time, I need to use my talent. And sometimes you outgrow the jobs. I think the longest I've been on a job is about 6 years. And like I said, I was doing school campus work and doing a part-time job in retail that I had did when I was in high school. A lot of the high school students, worked there as well before me and after me. And, I try to keep up with it. And after a while, it just got tiresome and my foot was, bothering me. So I couldn't do the standing like I was doing all them years prior to. And I was being lowballed on my pay. So it didn't end too well with that. So I got out of that particular type of work and, kind of transition over to the medical field. And I've been, pretty much doing medical field from mental health, pain clinic, urgent care. I did my original training was urgent care, and I actually liked urgent care at the time when I was training as a medical assistant, trying to get licensed and everything like that. Thank God I was able to get licensed in 2020. Praise God, I passed the test. I had been off and on studying for some years. I had been out of the program for about 4 years. I had been studying at least, like I said, off and on within those 4 years of graduating. I, for sure, was studying like before I graduated. And I don't know, I didn't take the test. I didn't schedule the test. I didn't even know I could schedule the test. I thought I had to wait till I graduated to then take the test. But I found that, no, I could have literally studied for the exam, took the exam, got certified, and been, I could have been already found, a medical assistant job. But we won't go into the past. It's done and over with. I, am certified as a medical assistant. I still, renew my BLS, and, still renew my license for my RMA. So I'm a registered medical assistant because by the time I was able to take the exam, the school had, I guess, cut their partnership with the AAMA, which I would have became a CMA instead through the AAMA, but because of the school partnership had ended or whatever, I was no longer able to take that exam, so I had to literally wait, get approved for the AMT, which is, like I said, the Registered Medical Assistant examination. And so I'm certified. I have done medical assistant throughout the years for about 2-3 years or something like that. So I have experience in various areas, but my expertise, I would say, is probably urgent care. Second is going to be medical assistant and mental health. I did a little bit of the pain clinic, but not enough to get, that under my belt. And which I probably would have liked doing. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm happy where I am as far as in, like, what I've learned over the years. Could I be somewhere better off somewhere, in a different career? Yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, at the same time, it is what it is. It's not going to change anything. I can't go back in the past and try to change something, some misdirections happened while I was in school, but that's okay. I still got through it. I still was able to get certified. I still was able to get my degrees. I still was able to pay off my degrees. And, I'm on to my master's degree, which I'll be able to pay for and not have any holes on my accounts. It'll just go straight to the school student loans account, which I've been paying off throughout the entire, since I, was able to get back on my feet. And yeah, it is what it is at this point. It's one day at a time. That's all you can do, one day at a time. You can't, do anything but improve. So in the meantime, I'll talk to you later. Be safe, everyone. Happy Friday. And go blue.